And now, hailing from southern Alberta, Canada, weighing in at more than he cares to admit, your pilot, your captain, Mr. Elron Steele.
Hello, Mothershippers! Welcome aboard and welcome back to the Mothership. I guess I should say welcome back to me. You guys have been sitting around the launch pad waiting for me to return, of course. I've been away for a couple of weeks, but we are back. We are here. We are live. We are once again on the Unibet Twitch streets. What do we got going on today? We have got a, right off the bat, we got a €5 Turbo Classic game. Meow Meow Cat. Hello, Diptez. Hello, Yo-Yo, by the way, before I get into all of the poker stuff. Hello to everybody who's in the cabin for liftoff. Gotta like it. Nettie, how the hell are you a first-time chatter on the Mothership? Nettie, how is that even possible? Like honestly, like how the fuck is that even possible? Like, how is that even fucking possible? Like, how is that even fucking possible? Sorry, I had to put that into. Hello, Nettie. Welcome aboard. If this is truly your first time here on the, that's hard to believe, but Twitch tells me it is. So who knows? Twitch is never wrong, right? Twitch is always right. Everybody, is that not true? That's got to be true. That's got to be 100% true, right? Twitch is always correct. Lovely to have you here on board the Mothership. Anyways, we got some games going. We got the Turbo Classic, €300 guaranteed right here. €101 up top right now. That's going to change. We're still early in the reg period, so that's not even a number. Let's not even talk about that one. But yeah, we got some games planned. Of course, we got the Stratosphere coming up later. If you won yourself some tickets for that, today's the day to use them. Of course, €275 guaranteed in the new and improved Stratosphere. Now we were €200 guaranteed for the longest time, and we kept kicking the shit out of that guarantee. Closing in on 400 for the record prize pool in the Stratosphere. Hasn't quite hit those heights I don't know the last couple of weeks, but the first couple of weeks at 275, we just barely missed it the first day, I think, and because it was New Year's Day, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, or New Year's Eve. And then we beat it in the 300 range last week, as I recall, 350 range. So yeah, we're doing pretty well on Stratosphere. Prize pool is, of course, Mothership main event coming up later, in which there is almost always a 50. In fact, I think always has been a €50 prize pool. There's €50 guaranteed by Unibet. We never get more than that for entries, so it is a little bit extra money for the community in that one every week. Pretty sure if you've won a €1 MTT ticket in one of my Launchpad or Central games during the week, you will be able to use that to enter the main event now. That did not used to be the case for some bizarre reason after they changed the schedule. The €1 tickets you won here on the Mothership were not eligible to get you into the games that I run here on the Mothership. Can't quite work out why that would be, but that was how it. I'm sure it was just like it was just an oversight that they flipped the wrong switch, or did not. Actually, more likely did not flick the right switch when they put in the new system, and propagates down into unforeseen situations. Anyone who's been a system administrator knows that one small change in a seemingly unrelated part of the system can quite often cascade into just god awful and unexplainable things happening elsewhere in your system in places that you would not think were very closely related. That's happened to be on more than one occasion. GG, a cat in the sat. See, I managed at that time without doing the bad thing. Right, we've while I've been yakking away here, we've had the 50 cent, the 50 pop up on our table. So here we go. We got 50 action going as well. As a Turbo Classic, of course, we will have the Stratosphere popping up in 25 minutes or so. And we will have the Mothership main event popping up in pretty much exactly 1 hour at this point. Well, let's call it 58 minutes. It'll pop up. In 59 minutes, we'll be playing the game. Yes, of course. That's exactly what I was expecting the cat to be doing. Just pacing up and down the aisles of the Mothership, going, "Where the fuck is Ellie? Why the fuck is Ellie not streaming?" I'm sure those thoughts consumed your cat brain. If you need a towel to wipe that sarcasm off, I'm pretty sure there are towels available in my Streamlabs store. That's a lie. I'm pretty sure there's not towels available in my. I should put a towel. I'm actually, it's actually shocking now that I think about it that Hitchhiker's fan like myself does not have a towel for purchase in his store. That's like deeply shocking, actually, now that I think about it, isn't it? That should have been like one of the first things I came up with. What the fuck's wrong with me? I just flop sat a dip. Yeah, not the straight at all. Not the straight at all. Well, lucky for you. Lucky for you, it wasn't the straight, eh? Yeah, I hate those. I hate those. I'm like, it does not make sense that you have the straight here. And then you call, and it's like, no, well, no, I was right. It did not make sense that they had the straight here, but I didn't think about the set, did I? Been there, done that. I've like worn out a bunch of T-shirts from that one, Dip. So you're not in exclusive company by any stretch. Just realized he had Ellie muted. Oops. I mean, for Kat, that's a bonus pot, right? When she accidentally realizes she already had me muted. It's like, oh, great! I didn't have to listen to whatever the hell it was he was droning on about for the last 10 minutes. It's nice to be back, though. It was a holy fuck was it a couple of weeks this time around. Jesus, mother. First of all, they tried to squeeze 15 events into basically the space that they usually squeeze 12 into. Squeezing 12 into that space is already a fucking ridiculous grind. Was already a serious bit of work. Then they try to go and squeeze 15 in. And okay, I probably could have managed. Okay with 15 being squeezed in a normal situation. Far from a fucking normal situation this time around. Right from the start, between 20 and 25% bigger fields. This time over last year's record-breaking series. So yeah, it was a fucking insane 2 weeks for me. like normally I put in long hours, right? Normally I'll put in 12 to 15 hour days through 80% of the series. But equally normally I'll have 2 or 3 days where I only put in 8 or maybe 10 hours on those days. I technically, I guess, did have those. No, I didn't even have those 10 hours days. 12 hours was the minimum day that I ran this time around. I did that on every single day of the 2 week series period. And the majority of those 12 was just the beginning because there was a late tournament that was always running with, down to the end at 2, 3, 4 a.m. when the main tournament was finishing at midnight or 1 a.m. So yeah, this time around, like I normally would have an hour most nights to kind of sit in my room and drink a beer and watch YouTube or just do something mindless to kind of take myself out of the moment for a bit. This time around, if I wasn't working in my room or working in the casino room, I was sleeping. That was all I was doing. When I was eating, well, okay, I was going to the bathroom a little bit of that time. Um, when I was eating, I was almost exclusive. In fact, yeah, this time around, exclusively, I was eating in the tournament room with no and like literally taking a couple of bites and going over and typing a post because something else interesting's happened or the yeah. I don't think I ate a single dinner. Certainly breakfasts I was able to usually leave in the morning and just go sit in the restaurant for a bit to start the day off. Hey, we got. I'm going to stop babbling for a bit about the live tournament I was just at because yeah, dude just shoved into us here when we flopped the bottom set. Are we just getting our money in the Turbo Classic and going for it? I mean, I don't think we can ever do anything other than just get our money in the Turbo Classic and go for it, right? If it's just set over set, it's just fucking set over set, right? And who knows? We can get quads if it's just set over set, right? So that's what I expected. A king like that overplaying a king. Um, so little gift wrapped pot for me there. Nice to see those come in. Oh, so yeah, it was a huge series. There was one of the early events had more than 1,500 entries in it. In a market where they usually are thrilled when they get 400 entries in a multi-day tournament. Um, you know, so it was that kind of thing. There's 500 more than 500 entries for the first single day tournaments. Um, the main event at $1,700 got just under 1,500 entries for another record 2.17 million dollar prize pool this time around. So it was just fucking ridiculously massive. And it took me a couple of days to recover from the grind, frankly, because it was a fucking grind this time around. Lots of fun, but a fucking grind. I actually got to meet a few people that I hadn't met before. Arlie Shaban from PokerStar streamer from Ontario. Big Brother Canada contestant. I've interacted with him on stream and on social media a fair bit, but never actually met the man in person until this week when he was up playing some tournaments and actually hanging out with a bunch of other Big Brother Canada alum. Here to see Kevin Martin, of course. Kevin fired the entire. Was basically bracelet hunting in every event. Came fucking close the first event. He was second in the first event. He got heads up and just couldn't quite get there, but had a profitable series anyways. But yeah, it was really, really, really. I shouldn't say I was rooting for him in the final one. It was nice to see June take it down at June Park from Vancouver. It was actually the one that won it, so it was actually nice to see a somewhat lesser known person take it down in that spot, rather than the sort of marquee player that you kind of expect to be the one to take it down, from a sort of celebrity standpoint rather than anything else. But nonetheless, it would have been very cool to have been there to see Kevin Martin win a ring. But yeah, a couple other Big Brother Canada / poker streamer guys came to visit as well with Kevin. There's John Party, who is an ACR streamer now, who's also a Big Brother Canada, former Big Brother Canada guy. I guess that's it for the poker streamer Big Brother Canada guys. There's another Big Brother Canada guy that was there and doesn't play poker as much, but he actually cashed. It's like his second poker tournament ever, and he cashed in bounty event anyways, so not terrible. Well, I hope that mouse is tasty. You must be hungry. You haven't had a mouse in like 2 weeks, Kat. At least not from my stream. I'm sure you're catching mice elsewhere, but your mouse quota would be significantly down, not doing 3 streams a week here on the mothership. So I wasn't actually playing, of course. Yo-yo, I do media coverage for Deerfoot for the casino when they run these events. Same thing I'll be doing next. Although next time I will be playing one event. At the beginning, I'll be playing seniors. Didn't have a chance. It was. I don't. The WSOP contract is a weird spot for me. I will occasionally play when I go to Deerfoot to just do one of their normal super stack events, because it's just between Deerfoot and me. And when I go talk to my friends at Deerfoot that work there and ask if I can play a game, and they say yes, I don't have any concerns that there's any other conflict anywhere else anywhere, right? They've, once they say yes, that's cool. It's fine. When WSOP's in town, there's a whole other layer of people involved in the tournament that, in fact, don't even just involve the people on the floor in the casino that are working at the event, right? There's always guys there, and they're very knowledgeable, and they know what the rules of WSOP are. But I could totally see myself jumping into an event while I'm on contract to report on a WSOP event. I jump in myself. I can totally see somebody up at the top of WSOP looking at that a couple of weeks from now and going, "Hey, wait a second, there's some fucking conflict going on here." So I just want to completely avoid any question of that. So I won't play any of the WSOP events that I cover. I do play the seniors events in Edmonton and Calgary at the Pure Poker Tour series, because I work the contract such that I'm starting a day later for work, so I'm not even in a contract when I play those games. So it's just me going to play poker, and then I start working the next day. So yeah. But yeah, so I didn't actually play anything. It was just working. And it was fun. It was just really, really, really fucking, I basically hit the ground running. It didn't stop for 2 weeks. Shoppy. How you doing, buddy? Did I miss you? I did miss you. Shit, sorry, buddy. I was yakking, and I totally missed you coming in. How you doing? How you doing? few other streamers and kind of personalities were there as well. Patrick Tardif, IR Egyptian, streams for GG Poker, was hanging out. Actually, I guess he was a friend of the guy who won the main event, John French. Nice testament to online poker, teaching you the skills you need to play any kind of poker. The guy that won the main event hates live poker. He rarely plays live poker. He's an online, he's like almost an exclusively online player. His buddies, at least, like, so I wasn't privy to the conversation leading up to the tournament, of course, but basically everybody on his rail, and he didn't contradict us, saying they had to beg him to come out to the tournament because he just hates being in live poker settings that much, or he dislikes being in live poker settings that much. He's that uncomfortable with it. And then he goes ahead and just fucking wins the tournament for 340,000 bucks. So nice testament, I thought, to online poker skills translating into the live world. So if you can play poker online, don't worry so much about the live situation being quote unquote totally different. There are things you'll have to adapt to, like the speed of play, et cetera, et cetera. But at the end of the day, poker skills are gonna translate. Giggly, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Got the 88 over here in the 50 cent, so I think we're going to be putting some money in the middle with that. Was interesting. I was chatting with some of the players this week about late reg. It's past couple of weeks at the series about late reg and strategies involved in when you register a tournament. And it occurred to me, and this point was made a bunch of times. I actually know how to play, let's say, a 20 to 35 big blind stack a lot better than I know how to play a 100 or a 200 big blind stack. So I actually maybe shouldn't look for super deep tournaments. Although to be fair, the way the structures are on Unibet, you're only really super deep for a couple of levels. And it's rare, that you're, that it's a deep stack tournament for more than 2 or 3, 8 or 10 levels anyways. You're starting to get into most players having 15 to 30 big blind stacks, right? But yeah, it was an interesting. I'd sort of thought about it in the past, but it kind of honed into me how many other top players actually think that way too. Lucky Ugly, welcome aboard. Good to have you here. Always good to have you here. Got a visit by, he's 10th 10th in Canada for money won in live tournament poker. Mike Leah. Mixed game crusher as well. He doesn't just play hold'em. He crushes all the games. He came in for the late in the series for the 1K games. Cashed a few of the tournaments. Didn't go super deep in any of the tournaments, but rumor has it he had a pretty good week in the cash rooms. Crushing a few souls. While playing cash. So it was kind of cool to see. It was kind of cool to see him. So it was actually a really, really. Well, I mean, it was. I was gonna say it was a really massive tournament, but there was. I say 20-25% more than the record last year. So of course it was a massive tournament. It's fun though. Well, Kevin Allen, good to see you. I can relate to being super tired. Dude, I'm mostly recovered now. I was so exhausted when I got back. My whole sleep schedule was just completely fucked. I was like falling asleep at my desk by 10 p.m. on Tuesday night, and then again Wednesday night. But the problem was I was falling asleep. I'd go to bed and I just fucking pass right out. And then I'd wake up at 4 a.m. and not be able to go back to sleep again. And I'm like, okay, this is clearly not it's clearly not not the right pattern I should be having. And it, Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm like the middle of the day, I'm just like, barely keeping my eyes open. So Thursday, I'm like, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna go do a nap in the middle of the afternoon, and I had like 2 hours of a pretty serious power nap in the afternoon. I wasn't sure I was gonna sleep that heavy, and like I literally remember laying down, and then all of a sudden my alarm was going off for me going out for dinner with my buddies. Um, and I felt infinitely better after that. And then actually Thursday night was a relatively normal sleep pattern for me. Um, then I went and drank 3 beers last night and kind of fucked that up myself. So that was probably not the best plan, but we'll survive. They were three Guinnesses, so they were only 4.25%. So pretty light. Wow, cat. Well, enjoy the one that's in front of you. I did have a significant share of Guinness while I was in Calgary, and I never drank a huge amount while I'm at these tournaments. It's like I never drink for most of the day when I'm working. I'll sometimes order one in the final level of the day if I know when that's actually going to be, or when a turbo event gets down to the final table, etc., etc. Yes, good luck in the strat, everybody. That has just popped up on my screen. Let's get that on your screens as well. I've missed my stratosphere action. I wonder how long it's going to take you all to bust me out this time. Lucid, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Main event password. I don't need a password for the Stratosphere. Main event password will be out in 20 minutes or so at this point. Lucids on our table in the Stratosphere, I see. I'm just noticing. GL, GL, GL. And GL, GL, GL in the Satty to the 250, Cat. I think I'm going to play the one tomorrow. Oh, well, I guess we're getting all of our money into the 50 cents. You can see why. Oh, yes, that's okay. I like it. I will definitely take that as spot. Ah, right. Saturday the 250 on 888. Gotcha. Then I won't. Then it's definitely tomorrow that I'm playing for the one that you're not talking about. People keep wanting to shove into my ace kings here, everyone, and I don't mind. Almost hit the full button there. Almost hit the fucking full button there. Oh, boo, boo, boo! I say. Fucking dominated. Yeah, right. Flop, you got shot. Turn it to top pair. That's not so terrible. That's not so terrible. That's not so terrible either. Do I want to try to keep all these players in, or do I? No, I think I want to try to isolate at this point, right? Woohoo! Good luck, good luck, good luck to the Lucid. This is a Johnny Carson song. Johnny Carson, Johnny Carson, Johnny Cash song. I have never heard before. 88. That looks like a good c-bet board, I think. Nice to see Botron still giving its deeply informative and prescient answers to the questions of the day. It probably was not Johnny Cash's best effort. It's true, nobody does. No, not even Ellie knows why Ellie does some of the things Ellie does. It's a mystery to all. It is a mystery to all. Oh, more ace kings for us to win or lose with here, right? Win a lot of chips with, lose a lot of chips with. Could go either way, but, you know, we play them nonetheless. I think we're probably going to be playing for our stack here, or at least telling the other players that that is our intention. To play for stacks. Oh, we're getting a class grace. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The overcards have it today, everybody. Right. Well, we've got some chances, as they would say here in the Turbo Classic, everybody. head back down to the Stratty for a while. As you know, that is our feature game here on the Mothership today, of course. Hosted by yours truly most weeks, at least whatever weeks I'm in town and streaming. I guess it's always hosted by me. I'm just not always here to host it. If, that makes any sense whatsoever. I'm not sure I remember what the nudes command used to do, frankly. I was, yeah, like Kat says, I'm not sure I remember us ever having a nudes command at any time in the past. So, like, did I miss a? Yeah, yeah. Oh my God, I've been on the verge of sneezing for like 5 minutes, and it's very annoying. So it won't actually go. Okay. This is, yeah, not exactly a sexy pics stream. Although, what Dip and Gigs do amongst themselves is entirely up to them, I suppose. But yeah, generally speaking, Twitch frowns on me getting naked on stream. Just saying. I do have a whole package. Yes, that is true. That is true. Absolutely, though, it is definitely against Twitch regulations for me to do such things or even advertise such things on this stream. Yeah, thanks for that tip. I had just managed to scrub that memory from my brain of that horrid incident. And yeah, you've now just put it back. You've now just put it back. So thanks for that. Thanks for that, buddy. Fuck you. Yeah, sounds like fun. After the last couple of weeks, my back could use a tub soak, I have to say. Maziel, how you doing? So interesting question that occurred to me yesterday as a result of a YouTube video I was watching. How long will the Apollo landers last on the moon? Now, the sort of instant, obvious answer, which I don't think is the correct one, is that they will last for nearly forever because there's no erosion or wind, or plate tectonics or earthquakes or things like that to disrupt the scene. But I don't actually think that's necessarily true because, well, the moon doesn't have a lot of that sort of damage to its surface. It gets hit by a fuckload of meteors, a fuckload of chunks of rock from micro size all the way up to pretty fucking big. So over the course of like millions of years, I'm pretty sure a good chunk of the moon's surface is significantly altered by impacts from large objects, right? So, like, at what point, at the very least, are people going to have to start digging for Apollo artifacts? And at what point are they just either completely destroyed by direct or semi-direct impacts, or just um, buried by debris from more distant impacts to such a degree that there's not even any indication that they're still there. So I don't know the answer to the question, but I thought it was. It occurs to me that it's probably not even close to forever. That those artifacts they'll probably last longer than the other sort of human artifacts, but it's not even close to forever, right? Even ignoring the fact that in couple of billion years, the sun is going to expand beyond the orbit of Earth and consume everything in a giant fireball. Be even beyond that. I think it's much sooner than that. I think we're talking time span of tens of millions of years. They will be really, really, really hard to find. I would guess, if not totally destroyed, totally gone. Yeah. Mav Rosa, good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. My sword has been sheathed for many years, I'm sad to say. Yeah, and I think it's like super short, right? Like I don't think it's like I don't. Yeah, it's definitely not. It's definitely not forever. I just want to remind everybody, by the way, that I don't care how long you think you've been hanging out with Ellie here on the mothership. Mav has you beat, I'm pretty sure. 8 fucking years. Been following the mothership from before it was even the mothership, everybody. So lovely to have Mav here from nearly the beginning, back when we were anything but Hold'em, and we're now like only Hold'em, pretty much. It's kind of funny. So yeah, I mean, I appreciate all you long termers here, but just wanted to point out that ain't none of you got nothing on the Mav. Right, it is break time. I am out of all my hands, so I will see you guys back in just a few short minutes. We are back. I haven't played on Stars in years. Yeah, that's probably not 100% true, but I rarely play there these days. Almost always Unibet. If not Unibet 888, if not one of those two, occasionally Party. Been looking at a couple others lately. Been looking at WPT Global. Been looking at a couple of smaller ones, only because some people I know are sponsored slash supported by them. So might be a couple of people in chat that I talked to about this privately back at the time, so they might understand this rather cryptic comment. But in one of the cases, it may well be that I turned down a lucrative opportunity 6 months or a year ago because I was worried about them being sleazy and shady. I'm still not 100% certain that they're not sleazy and shady, to be fair. So I don't know, but oh shit! I should give you a password. Yes, I should give you a password. Well, Ellie has come back with a vengeance, right? Seems Cat is well done, Cat. Apologies, everybody. My brain just went bye bye for a bit. But yes, we have main event action happening here. Believe me, we have main event action happening here. There, see? Amy Tenball was to our left momentarily. It's the cat is now to our left. I'm going to guess that is somebody we might know. That is correct, Team Balmy. Team Balmy. I liked that one when I came up with it. Woohoo! Welcome aboard the Stratosphere, Dipperino. Good luck and good luck and good luck. Ooh, I think we're just rebuying here, right? Ooh, that 10 on the river saved my ass. Holy shit. Holy shit. Saved my ass. Finally! Oh my god, that felt nice. That's been building up for like half an hour, and I haven't been able to release it. Meanwhile, back in the Turbo Classic, we are 6 away from the money. I am just a little bit outside of the money, but we got chances. We got the chances, everybody. So yes, my next live stop will be right here at the Pure Poker Tour in Edmonton in the middle of February. Be like 11 days of reporting, coupled with 1 day of playing poker. Hopefully, one successful day of playing poker. I'm trying to extend my 3-for-3 cashing streak in my last 3 live tournaments. I have cashed all 3 times. One final table bubble, and a 12th place. So not too bad. Would be nice to go 4 for 4. Presumably that record will end at some point in the near future, though. I would like to get one of the trophies that the Pure Poker Tour gives out for the seniors. Well, they give out trophies for all the events, but seniors is the only one I play, so it's the only one I have a chance to win the trophy in. But it would be very nice to pick up one of their trophies. I would 100% show it on stream if that were to happen. There shortly follows a lesson on how to overplay Ace King. Yeah, I am very adept at that, yes. We'll go back down to the Stratty for a bit. Yes, I hate those. I fucking despise trackpads on laptops. They are awful, awful, awful things. I much prefer a mouse by a long stretch. It's gonna take some doing for people to come up with a more convenient interface than the mouse and keyboard, I think, for detailed data entry. I mean, if you're typing long form text of any kind, you just can't replace a traditional keyboard. Maybe there's more efficient key layouts, but the fucking key layouts are so ingrained in our brains now. It's like it would be virtually impossible to change them at this point. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to I guess it's always hard to imagine the things that nobody's thought of yet. That's kind of a truism, I suppose. Uh, but it's really hard to imagine a more efficient interface combination than the keyboard and mouse for the vast majority of computing activities, right? Obviously you're going to have your joysticks and your driving wheels and things like that for your specialized applications, but none of those, in fact, will ever call for you to use your trackpad, I might add. There is literally the world does not contain the specific application that requires the use of a trackpad. And if it did, the world should shun the crap out of said application, I think. Yeah, keyboard mouse. Where it's at. I was in Calgary at an event last year, and on Saturday morning when I sat down at my computer, I could not get my wireless mouse to work. So I thought, okay, this is a laptop. I've got a trackpad. I can make this work for the rest of the series. I, honest to God, lasted like 45 minutes. And I walked over to the TD desk and I'm like, listen, I have to go find a Staples or a Source store because I'm going to throw my fucking computer across the room if I don't get a mouse. My mouse is broken. I've been trying to use the trackpad, and yeah, I'm going to literally destroy things if I don't if I don't get myself a mouse. And so yeah, it took me like 45 minutes of trying to use the trackpad during my live reporting. Never mind actually playing poker. This is just writing shit. And I was like, yeah, no, this is never going to fucking work. So yeah, I drove to Staples and bought myself another mouse, and was infinitely happier with my life. Well, Floppy McSet there on the Floppy McSet, no, Rivery McSet there on the river. Floppy McSet on the river. How's that for poker parlance? We got 47 entries in the stratosphere now. That would have been enough in the past for us to break the guarantee when the guarantee was 200 euros, but it's not quite anymore, I don't think. We're still at 275, I'm pretty sure. But I think we're about 10 players off. 57 is what I worked out the new requirement is. Right now we're at 48 total entries. Yeah, I think it's got to be 57. 275 divided by 4.75. Yeah, 57.8 entries. So 58 entries puts us over the guarantee. And as I said, we're at 48 entries now. We are 3 from the money now in the Turbo Classic. I'm 11 of 12 with 9 paid, so we've got a little bit of work to do, but 6 big blinds, so we're getting a little into danger territory. Probably gonna have to find a spot this level to get my chips in. if I can. But maybe we can limp into the money as well. Ten of 11 now, so we're just 2 away from the money at this point. Gosh, I have king 10. Yeah, I was gonna say I probably shouldn't 3-bet shove over the 2 open, but it does give me more chips than when I just open shove. Pick up blinds and antes. Yeah, no. Discretion is the better part of valor. Jacks, on the other hand, perfectly good hand for me just to lump my 6 big blinds into the middle with. At least survive the round. Maybe get a double if Babylon decides to call us off. They do not, but at least gives me that survival potential. I mean, 8-7 suited is not the worst hand in the world by far, right? Just don't think I have enough fold equity over that size of raise. 2, just a min raise, I might actually think I've got enough fold equity, but extra 0.5 in there just makes my stack, I think, look pretty weak there. Woohoo! Nice one, Cat. It's not a terrible booby prize for players of our ilk, I have to say. I would be quite thrilled with that. I might be happier with $123 in my account than actually playing a $250 game, honestly. Because I might feel like I could make more profit off of the €120 or $120 playing my normal stakes games than I would in the $250 game. We are basically right on the bottom stack verge. We need to find some chips because we are 5.04 big blinds and the bottom stack is 5 big blinds, so we're basically even with the bottom stack. Things are looking pretty dire for me here. Things are looking pretty dire for me here, everybody. However, might be able to stay alive. I like it. I'll take it. Works for me. That might actually give us a chance to get into the money in this game. I don't know if it's going to put us in ninth place. No, it's still 10th. How far from ninth are we? Not far. We're 95.40. Ninth place has 97.18 right now in chips. So, yeah, it is very close. Yeah, so this is happening in the stratosphere. We got to chop some of the dead money in the pot, at least, with the small stack there. With our aces and king rag. GG dips. And this is occurring over in the main event. Nice booby prize, I have to say, Cat. Sounds very nice. Yeah, I'm a bit weak here, but I need to find chips again. We are down to the end. Ooh, we're in trouble. Find a 7. Always coming 7. Always coming 7. Always coming 7. Not, in fact, always coming 7, sadly. 7 wouldn't have helped me there either. I was not paying attention to the board enough. All right, so we are soft bubble of the Turbo Classic today. Yay us. Well done. GG Ellie. Still got chances in the 50 cent. Still got decent chances in the stratosphere. We are doing pretty well. 5 of 41 right now. We are still sitting with Netty. Yeah, I do play 8 sometimes. It's probably my second highest volume site. Unibet is where most of my volume is. Not least, I think, because I have a winning record here and I make money at it, so it makes sense to play here. To be fair, I've got a small winning record at the moment over on 888 as well, but it seems like it's a little bit more variance for me there than it is on Unibet. Not that I don't have variance on Unibet. I'm not saying like I win all the time here. But over the long term, my graph is definitely uh, an upward trend here on tournament poker on Unibet. And there's a lot more. Yeah, just more variance in the trend lines on the other side. So yeah, 888 would be my second volume, and Party Poker probably my third volume at the moment. Unibet by far my highest volume, like 90% on Unibet, and then 8% on 888 and 2% on Party would be my would be my split probably. I don't actually play. It's funny to my friends that don't play poker. Um, I play fucking shitload of poker. Um, to other streamers and players, poker players, I don't play much poker at all. Right? I mean, guys like Ian stream when they're streaming, they'll play 8 to 10 or 11 tables at a single time. I make an effort never to play more than four, and that's whether I'm streaming or not. Frankly, I only play four tables at a time. Um, Guys like Ian will be regging tournaments straight from for 5 or 6 hours. I'm 2 or 3 tops is when I'm calling it quits, and I'm just going to let whatever I've regged in play out usually. Um, so yeah, my volume. It didn't used to be that way. I used to fucking pound and grind the volume like crazy. And I just don't anymore. And I have a much more enjoyable online poker experience as a result. I think, and frankly, a more profitable one. I can spend more time thinking about my spots on these tables, and therefore come to better decisions. I think when I'm playing fewer tables. So even though there's less money and play, I'm actually winning more of it, I think. So, wowee, fuck yeah, that's a nice little booby prize. I would 100%. I think at that point I'm 100% playing for the booby prize. I think because I'm pretty sure I could do a lot more with that $242 in my $1 and $2 and $5 tournaments than I'm gonna do in a 250. I mean, yeah, sure, I might go deep in the 250 and bink like 10 grand, but just as likely I'm going to bust out, or more likely I'm going to bust out before the money and have nothing to show for it. Whereas I'm pretty sure at least a few of the $1, $2, and $5 tournaments that I reg with that $242 is going to pay off for me. So head back down to the stratosphere where poor Scouser just took a hand off of me. Button into small blind. I raised a 3-bet. I called. The flop wasn't ideal for me, and I folded to their c-bet. Yeah. I hang out on Ian's stream quite a bit. He and I are actually reasonably good friends off the felt, off the Twitch streams. I met his daughter when she was just weeks old. Of course, I haven't seen her since because then COVID hit and no one's been able to travel until recently. But yeah, we had a beer, me and his wife, and weirdly enough for a Canadian, Me and his wife and his 3-week-old daughter had beers in a pub in Newcastle a few years back. And I say that's weird for me as a Canadian because in no scenario in Canada would anybody allow or think it was appropriate to bring a baby into a pub. Now, restaurant, sure, you could do that. They're very now, and I understand in the UK restaurants basically a pub is very much what we call a restaurant in Canada. A pub in the UK. Um, a pub in Canada is very specifically a bar. Yes, they serve food, but it is very specifically a bar with a bar license, and bar licenses are 18 and over only. You cannot bring a child into not even supervised. You can't bring a child into the premises. Um, so it was just kind of weird for me to be drinking beer with a 3-week-old baby um, in a non-private situation. Yes, I'm from Canada, Nettie. I live in southern Alberta, born and bred. As I like to say, I am 100% a grade A Alberta beef. Haven't always, wasn't born in the specific area of Alberta that I live now, but not that far away in Canadian terms, and pretty much the same kind of area. Alberta has two, basically two ecosystems. It has mountains and foothills on the west side of the province, and then it's fucking flat prairie basically for the rest of the province. I've always lived in a flat fucking prairie part of the province, although I was born a little closer to the foothills. But yeah, prairie boy at heart. Definitely a prairie boy at heart. I was actually born in Calgary. The first 9 years of my life or so, I lived in a small town south of Calgary. But then, actually, my sort of formative years from 10 through 25, 26 were all spent living in Calgary. So, like, I went to most of my elementary school, junior high school, and high school in Calgary. My first couple of jobs were in Calgary. The job that actually sent me to Africa, I got in Calgary and was for a Calgary-based company that just had an office in Nigeria that I went over to work in. Um, so yeah, I'm definitely an Alberta. I'm definitely an Alberta boy. Whatever whatever that means in today's parlance, which inside baseball, I won't get into the politics, but to be fair, I'm pretty sure Adeline was not drinking, was not actually partaking in the beer. I'm pretty sure it was just myself and I don't think Emma. I can't remember if Emma had beer or not. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think she was. I don't think she was on alcohol. I think it was just Ian and me, and of course Chap and Cher, who were drinking the beers. that was a rather painful day for me, actually, because that entire day continued. Ian didn't join us. Ian and family went back home again, but Chap and I went out to a comedy club that night with he and his wife. And yeah, I probably overpartook. Let's just say I drank too much. Let's put it that way, and not try to dress it up with fancy language. Fun night though at the stand in Newcastle. That was a lot of fun. I guess it was sort of an open mic night. It wasn't quite the same as the way we run an open mic over here in North America, I don't think. And it was a bit higher profile than I would have expected at most of the open mics I work at. But then again, it was a high profile club, and that's probably true. Like, if you try to get onto a quote unquote open mic night in a big club in New York, you're probably competing with some people that are actually pretty big name comics, frankly. So, right, it was open the floodgates now, I guess. Open the floodgates now, I guess. I think I have to mute and step away for a second while I blow my nose. That will probably help. So, one moment and I shall return. Yes, I think that should be much better. I think that should be much improved now. I hope. Hancy Pansy, welcome aboard. I see you came in just as I was blowing my nose. No complete life story, Cat. You only got a small segment of said story. The truth is, I'm not actually sure I remember all that much of my life story. And I think that's probably true for a lot of people, where the memories that we think we have aren't necessarily wholly and completely accurate. At the very least, they're focused on certain specific spots and not focused on other specific spots of reality that color how we remember things, I think. So yeah, it's memory's always a fascinating thing. I mean, I'm just here clicking buttons, Miz. Like honestly, it's nothing more complicated than just going, oh, I think I have a good hand here, so I'm going to put money in the pot. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it does not, and we just we just deal with the results as they come. I bully the cat, blind on blind. Sorry, cat. I mean, to be fair, I had suited gappers, not a terrible hand to raise with. Suited gappers once again. These are kind of royal though, so you know. Yeah. All right, somebody's just won the Ellie Graham Belly Eat Man. Somebody has just won the Ellie Graham. I don't know who that is, but whoever that is has just won the Ellie Graham competition for all time. I think we'll see. There could well be one out there that I haven't that we haven't seen yet. But Belly Eat Man, yeah, I think we're giving points to that one. I'd uh, I'd guess that was Shopper, except I'm pretty sure I saw Amy Tenball at the beginning of this game. Although maybe it was Amy Tenball and he changed it right at the wire. That's possible. That's possible. No, Amy Tenball definitely in the game. Team Ballney definitely in the game. Belly Eat Man definitely in the game. So it's not Shopper, I wouldn't think, unless somebody else is taking over Amy Tenball. I don't know. I missed my chance to rebuy in the Stratty, so we might just need to double up here soon. Ooh, we just squeaked over the guarantee today, everybody. 58 entries for a prize pool of 275 euros and 50 cents. Our record of breaking the guarantee continues, although today was just by the hair on our chinny chin. Yeah, that comment will become relevant in 2.5 minutes or so. I mean, it will then become relevant once again after the cat is put on the song that I knew it was going to remind her of. Right, Belly Eat Man. I mean, come on, that one's better than Lane Bet Lanny. I mean, come on, that one's better than Lane Bet Lanny. That one's way better than anything we've come up with yet. Yeah, I knew. I figured Chopper was Amy. Like that, I was almost 100% certain Chopper was Amy. Table Melanie, I like that one as well. Lucky, yay, nice one, nice one. Well done with the Elligram. Just trying to figure out whether I was going to shove there or just 3-bet. Yes, very good aliasing there, Lucky. Well done. Break time coming up once again. Pretty sure I'm not forgetting to give you guys a password this time. In fact, it now is a break time, so I'm going to scoot off to my breaky poo, and I will be right backy poo. Back we are, everybody. Not doing so hot in the stratosphere, but we're doing okay in the main event at the moment. We're doing okay in the fitty too. We just Just flopped a set of trays here, everybody. Tray full of trays is what we got here. Tray full of trays and people shoving on us. I guess we're just getting this in against the flush draw all the time. Or against an overplayed overpairer. We are busto in the stratosphere. Ace queen versus ace deuce, and of course, ace deuce wins. So yeah, GG Ellie. Good luck everybody else in the stratosphere today, including It's the Cat. I am, however, still doing okay in the main event. That, I believe, also is closed reg. Yes, indeed. It is also closed reg now with 22 players and 2 rebuys for 24 entries. Once again, $26 worth of added money in the prize pool today. So a little bit extra for the community. So yeah, it'd be nice to have a few weeks off. I mean, never time off. I'm still working my other stuff, writing various content, but it is much. I can plan my hours. I could work around my own schedule a lot easier that way, and do a lot of other things in the process as well. So it's not really the same as being at a live series. Even when I go to one like Edmonton, it's pretty. Diptaz, woohoo! Thank you for the sub, my friend. Thank you so much. Yeah, you're a very close second to the cat in your sub messages with the newts. So yeah, even when I go to a series like the Pure series, where the frank truth is I don't get worked as hard. They're still pretty draining by the end of the series. Pure even more so because there tends to be a absurd after party that I always end up going to and drinking way too much at, or at least that's been the case the last couple of times I've gone. So I don't know. Followed by 6-hour hungover drive the next day back home. I always say to myself, 100% do not recommend, will not do this again, and then I go ahead and do it again. So who knows? But yeah. But it's definitely nice to have some time to unwind after these things. Like I couldn't do it full time. Like if I was going just from one series to the next, the way some of the reporters do, I would fucking burn out in 2 months. I'd be dead. To be fair, Christian had to take Christian Zetsky, of course, being the goat of live reporting, guy that goes from one tournament to another for like an entire year. Then he basically took 9 months off last year to recover. So he exactly the same. Just took him a little longer than it would take me, I think. I did actually have somebody working with me for a couple of days, a couple of the busier days during the series, which was actually a godsend. And she turned out to be okay. I mean, I think in time she'll actually be somebody who can like actually cover days for me if I decide I want to do that. Nice, 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 Cat. Well done. Well done. GL, GL, GL. Probably gonna have somebody working with me in Edmonton as well. Different person. Angela worked with Poker News last year, and that was Dawn, the one that worked with me this time. It was her first time doing anything like this. But Angela worked for Poker News at WSOP last year and did quite well. At the end of the day, I don't think she had a great experience and so on, but she did quite well. So I think she'll be able to do fine with what I do, and my working for me is less arduous than working for other live reporting platforms, let's say. $242 is just fine, Cat. I would call that a very good day. I'm not averse to getting $242 deposited in my poker account. I'm sure you aren't either. We got fitty shit going on here, everybody. We got some fitty shit going on. That does not look like a c-bet board to me. I think I check back here to realize my ace high value on the river. Probably have to call here with ace king high, right? We probably have to call here with ace king high, right? I mean, I think I'm going to be best most of the time. Good chunk of the time, anyways. Random jacks just got there. Queen got there on the turn sometimes. Diamonds got there on the turn too, of course. Yes, mustn't grumble. Considerably boosted your 888 bankroll. You're way higher than me on 888 now. I'm less than $100 on 888. A good chunk of that's profit at this point. I started with about 35, I think it was. Banking that €1 knockout tournament the one time definitely helped in that regard, and I'm going to be playing off that win for quite a while. To be fair, I haven't actually been dropping very much from that. I've been hovering right around it. Actually, I think I increased it a little bit. Most of that came from the $1 win, but I've final tabled those evening events a few times since then with various results. So I think it was about $75 after the KO win, and then I'm like 86 or something now. So I think I just shove here, right? Like I think I get bigger pairs like sevens, eights, nines to fold a lot of times when I shove there. Whereas I don't on later streets necessarily. And I'm probably in a spot there where I'm just taking dead money from the hands that I race against a lot of times as well, and that's never a terrible thing. And I think we're gonna like big stack bully the dip here. Not that I'm the big stack of the table, but in this little subsection of the table. Oh, my friend. I get caught with my hand in the cookie jar, but it's a race nonetheless. Nice hand. Well done. Let's get another Saturday ticket, Cat. That sounds like a great idea. Spoilers dip. I mean, King Jack suited is not a terrible spot to get my money in here, right? Yeah, no, I know. It's kind of silly in here, Miz, but nice, Cat. Well done. Well done. I've never had a score that multiplied my bankroll by 10. That has never happened to me. 10x is good ROI, I have to say. 1,000%, not bad at all. I am mostly caught up with errands that I needed to get done once I got back from the series as well. So we're kind of back into smooth living mode once again, which is nice. I do need to go grocery shopping after the stream today. I did major one the other day, but forgot a couple of things. Silly things. How do you forget potatoes, for example? It's like staple of my life. I thought I had once again seriously over ordered my weed supply for the trip, and I sort of did. I came back with more than well, I came back with weed, which I sort of buy it going in, thinking that I'm getting enough to last me for the 2 weeks. So having extra left over means I've got more than I need. But it's not. It wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was at first. I do have a bunch of vapes this time around that I need to go through. That were just kind of handed to me by various players. Let's see, what did I get for vape presents? All right, so we got this one, which is some sort of a fruity flavored thing. Disposable cartridge thing. I don't really like buying these myself because I think they're a waste. I much prefer buying these ones. This is mine, by the way. This is not that was not donated, but I much prefer buying those because I just recycle the battery all the time. Whereas these, that you just throw them out when they're done, and it's kind of wasteful. And I got 2 others donated to me as well. This one's apparently just a straight CBD one, which is nice. But yeah, so there we go. So I've got a bunch of vapes I need to get through now. Oh, I guess Ace King's a good enough hand to get my money in with, right? Right. I guess Ace King is a good enough hand. If I'm not going to get it in with Ace King, what am I going to get it in with? What am I going to get it in with, everybody? Ooh, racing against Cat's 5s. Ooh, that's not much of a race anymore. Well done, Cat. Well done, Cat. I am done in both games. So good luck, everybody, in the Mothership main event. Welcome to USB, where there are 2 possible ways to put the plug into the receptacle, and it therefore takes you 3 tries to find the right combination. That's okay, Cat. It's the way it goes. Poker is what poker is. Ooh, I won a 40-cent Super Moon ticket in the flip. We're flipping well the last few days. Also have a few edibles left over from the trip. I know I'm trolling the cat again, but what are you gonna do? high in CBD, but also relatively high in THC as well. So I think my next trip starts on February 15th. So plan for me not to be around for a couple of weeks once again near the end of February. I'm not sure I have anything planned in March at the moment, actually. Let's have a quick look at my calendar. Yeah, so at the moment, March looks like it is empty, with April having just a short one on it. So yeah, after February, I should have a couple of months where I'm streaming relatively frequently, relatively regularly here on the Mothership. Yay, giggles! Glad you're home. Welcome back. And of course, yes, the next tournament is here at the Pier Poker Tour Series at Casino Edmonton. I have Boasty McBo's face. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. These are not THC laced. However, it would be pretty fucking awesome if they were. I think Mars should get into the THC candy business. I think Mars Bites with THC would be way too fucking good. Actually, no, let's not encourage that. Final table of the Mothership Poker main event, everybody. GL final tablers. Damn, GG 50 Cent, lucky. I'm still clawing on to a very low position in the game, but we are alive and kicking with 22 big blinds. We're still okay with the queue. We don't need to reset. Feels like we're playing the secondary playlist. Are we supposed to be playing the secondary playlist? I mean, to be fair, it is her daddy, at least, that she's saying that about. So, at least there's that. 14 left on the Stratosphere now. 9 get paid there. So we're closing in on the final table, closing in on the money. Poor Scouser just got outflopped by 6-5 and then outrivered to 6-5 with a set of jacks to bring it to 14. I've got little bits of a straight here anyways. Let's see about this. It's not the greatest c-bet flop in the world, but yeah, with a bankroll that big, Cat, you can probably afford to invest in a few free rolls and not get paid back out of them, right? You know, not going to hurt your bankroll that much. Acerellas. This little spot for me there. That should put me into a money spot. Maybe not, maybe just 10 or 15. Close, though. Oh, that does put me in a money spot. 11 get paid in this one, so I was like 9. That's the Stratosphere, where they are now 3 from the money over in the Stratosphere. Definitely get back down there when it is on the final table bubble. It's the Cat still alive in both games. She could once again do a double money spot here on the Mothership this Saturday. She's done that before. It'd be totally creepy. It'd be like totally, like it's still kind of creepy, but it's just less creepy when you know it actually is her daddy. I mean, I honestly think a grown woman saying "I love you, daddy" is probably going to be a little creepy in every circumstance. But like infinitely more so when it's not actually her daddy. Right, so we are one closer now to the money, 3 away here on the 50 cents. I'm in a pretty decent spot to get there as well. Let's pop down to the Strat where we're 2 away from the money now. Oh, good night, Chopper. I guess I missed you saying, sorry, buddy. Night, night, Chopper. Nine of 14 in the 50 cents still, so we're 3 off the money there. 2 off the money here in the Stratty. Not me, of course, but the other people playing. Looks like Dippy's on the main event final table as well. One closer. 2 from the money now in this one as well. I actually have a chance of making some money in this one. 14-17. That should pay the bills if I could win this. That'd be the only way to pay the bills today is winning it, I'm pretty sure. But GG to the cat in the main. She has exited the stage, sadly, in 8th place. So we're down to 7. 3 away from the money now there. Also, hand for hand for me up here in the 50 cent, where we are 9 of 12. 11 getting paid. We have ace queen under the gun. So, yeah, things could potentially happen here. Don't think that's a very good board for a c-bet. It is a lovely turn for a c-bet, however, especially when we get donked into. Do I want to go heads up to the river, or do I want to try to put money in now when I've almost certainly got the best hand? I think the latter is the correct choice. And I think we try to get their stack, right? We try to put this in the money. Wow, nice hand. Nice hand. tiny little bits of the straight. Buble strat. Buble strat. Buble 50 cent too, but we be the bubble player at the moment. Yeah, so things are potentially looking a little dangerous for me in the 50. I am by far the short stack. The other table is yeah, the shortest stack on the other table is like 4 times my size almost. There's one other one close to me, 12 big blinds here, but on my table. But yeah, things are looking pretty dire for me. And yeah, I think our money's going in shorthanded with ace jack here without question, right? It's either an open shove or a 3-bet shove or a call. One of those three options, with the open shove being the one that comes to us. So that's what we do. I will take that. Bit of a decision going on down here, blind on blind. Yes, indeed. Cats that, like, there are breeds of cats that naturally do not have tails. Or at least have very small vestiges of tails. But even a cat that's supposed to have a tail, um, if they lose it, they're perfectly. It takes them a while to adjust their balance, usually, but they're perfectly fine. Oh no! Oh no! So cats with a tail use their tails quite a bit in balancing when they're jumping and falling and moving through the air, especially. There's lots of other things they use it for, but it's used a lot for that. If you actually watch cats in slow motion, righting themselves when they're falling, the tail is a huge, huge part of that. Looks like it is final table in the Stratty. I missed the hand, but we'll get you there shortly. There we go. Stratosphere main event. It's the cat. Makes it to the final table. Elron puts his chips in the middle. Takes a little bit of dead money. That actually means I am now not the bubble position anymore. I like it. All right, Seaweed. GG. I feel the same way. I mean, I just bubbled that 5 Euro Turbo Classic. Looks like there's not a terrible chance I'm going to bubble this 50 cent as well today. So, yeah. I'm not sure what's worse, just getting fucking wiped out way before the money or bubbling. I mean, either way, you're going right with nothing. Getting trampled early just kind of feels like you're getting run over, so that's never a nice feeling. Kind of feels like you wasted a bunch of time when you get when you bubble. So it's yeah, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, right? Down to 6 on the main event, so 2 away from the money there. Yeah, the cat definitely needs immediate medical attention for sure. It will, and actually, the younger it is, the more likely it is to adapt and survive quite well without a tail. But it definitely needs to get immediate medical attention. Well, this has worked out relatively well for the Ulster to get some money in this here old 50 cent. And hey, there we go. We're in the moolah. I should have actually paid attention to the fact that there was somebody with 0 chips on the other table and, maybe played that slightly less aggressively. But we did have a set there, so what are you going to do, right? I might not have. If we'd have both busted on that hand, I might not have. I might not have actually been the one that got the money. Because the shorter stack is on my table, not on the other table. All right, we are bubbled to the final table here now. The main event, or the stratosphere now, 2 players, Poor Scouser and Monkey Forest, 9th and 8th respectively, 889 and 1066 for those spots. It's the cat with the big chip lead at the moment, so go cat. Did you win the stratosphere once already? I'm not sure. I think you did. So this would be your second win, I think, if you can finish it out. But Well, I guess we're not calling this off with deuce 6, right? Shoot it! No, thanks. I'll pass. Still hand for hand to the final table, and we are into the break. So I am going to fold this hand, send you guys off to the break screen, and we will BRB. Whoops, that's not the break screen. We are back, and I approve of drugs from Amsterdam, Kat, so go ahead. I am curious if it's all of the Netherlands where they have cafes like that, or if it's just Amsterdam that has special bylaws for the city. I was always curious about that. Like if I go to Rotterdam, am I going to be able to find the same sort of cafes that I would in Amsterdam? I've actually been to Rotterdam. I didn't look for. I was only there for like a night, basically, driving through. But I could, of course, go look up those regulations. But at the moment, I am too lazy to do so, so I will not. Yeah, I should probably do the same, frankly. I have, frankly, bought a shed load of clothes for me when I was a certain size, and I am no longer that size anymore, so none of those clothes fit me. So at the very least, I should get rid of those. On the other hand, maybe that's just my fat wardrobe that I keep if I get that heavy again, but I'm hoping I don't get that heavy again, so. But yeah, I have a significant quantity of clothes that I should get rid of in some form or another. I need to find a good charity shop to donate to, actually. I know the one that I've been buying clothes at is, frankly, not a good place from a charity perspective. It's not terrible, but I'm also pretty sure it's not ideal. It is convenient, though, which is what convenient with a decent selection. But I need to find a better. If I'm going to donate stuff, I need to find a better place where the clothes will actually go directly to people who need them rather than being resold. Right, cool. Well, that's good to know. Because you always hear about Amsterdam, but I guess that's just because it's the capital city where most people go. Um, but I was always curious about that. And yes, hello, please be gentle. Welcome aboard. Good to have a new passenger on board the mothership. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Of course, here in Canada now, they're legal everywhere. Although weirdly, we don't have cafes. You cannot. You cannot buy and consume in the same location. You can't technically consume in public for the most part. Private property you can, indoors or outdoors, but most public locations have banned it. Although to be fair, in many cases the language is such that they ban smoking marijuana, smoking THC, which in a lot of cases is also applying to vape these days. But actually, in no case does that apply to like edibles and things like that. So it's kind of a weird situation. I don't actually know what would happen if I pulled out a bag of edibles while I'm walking down the street and popped one in my mouth and a cop saw me do it. I actually don't know whether that's legal or not. Frankly, I should probably find out. Yes, well, I would definitely keep clothes that were small if they were a size that I realistically thought I would fit back into again. Like there was a time when I was young that I had a 28-inch waist, but I don't think that's ever gonna. Like I don't think that's realistically ever gonna happen. And frankly, I'm not even sure it was. I'm not even sure it was that healthy at the time. I was very fit when I had a 28-inch waist. Um, Playing, I was probably doing 12 to 15 hours of vigorous exercise every week. Um, Generally playing tennis on a tennis court, but not exclusively that. Riding a bicycle as well, and a few other things. Um, so I was very fit at the time, but I also think I was. I wouldn't say I was anorexic because I'm not sure I had an eating disorder exactly. But I was definitely underweight, no question about that. Well, yes, the one time I was in the Netherlands, it was only for a very short period of time, and I did not even attempt to seek out a cafe. Kind of odd for me, but I mean, I knew it was just a short trip. We basically drove in. We were driving through, and we knew we were going to be in the Netherlands roughly around the end of our driving day, and so we drove into Rotterdam, found a hotel, stayed for the night, got up, continued the drive. So I did not really have a chance to see anything or do anything there. Actually picked up a really bad cold virus. Both of us did in Rotterdam. I'm assuming from the hotel that we stayed in, but it might have been from somewhere else. But both of us, basically for the next 4 days, were half dead from cold symptoms after our night in Rotterdam. Not against the Netherlands. I'm not saying you guys are like biological. I'm not saying you guys like siege your hotels with biological weapons or anything like that, but just shitty luck on our part, I think. Yeah, this is one of our chat compatriots. We're down to 5 players left in the. We're final table of the 50 cent here as well. Ladder up to 134. I'm now the bottom stack, though. So once again, we need to find some chips. But yeah, we're down to 5 in the Stratty here. Still 2 off the money in the... although it looks like, sadly, Dippy has just soft bubbled. They're down to 1 off the money now in the main event. GG Dippy. Giasahan getting it in with a race and gonna survive. Gonna survive to play another hand. We're still 9-handed up on the 50 cent, so nothing much has changed there. I'm still the short stack. There is 14-17 up top for the win, though. So despite being the short stack, that's what we're going for. And in fact, we are going for it right now. I'm going to be down to like 4 big blinds when the blinds go through me. I'm going to be going up in blinds soon. I need to find chips, whether it's just taking blinds and antes. I'm okay with that, but we need to somehow acquire some chips. I'm okay with that call. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I kind of hate it, and I kind of hate it a lot now. Of course, when it turns the fucking straight on me. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? That is one of the options, sadly, that will happen when you get your money in spots like that and get the call that you are looking for. You in fact realize you weren't looking for it after all. So let's see. Big Fat Zero in the Stratosphere for Ellie. Big Fat Zero in the main event for Ellie. Big Fat Zero in the Turbo Classic for Ellie. And not a Big Fat Zero in the 50 cent. A 1.34 in the 50 cent for 9th place, which is not enough to even come close to making us a profit today, but it is also more than 0. So, we are in the money in the main event now as well. I did not see the bubble hand. Sounds like it might have been brutal. GG in the main event, Cat, or Diptez. Cat Final Four here in the Stratosphere. Gisahan as well. So GL to both of the Mothership regulars there. GL, GL, GL. I'm out of all my games, so we're gonna bring this in for a landing once the main and strat are complete, I think. It's been fun to come and hang and chat with you guys, though. I had missed doing the streams. I wanted to come back on Wednesday, but I was just, my brain was just not at all engaged on Wednesday in any rational way that would make me think I could possibly play poker, never mind stream poker. So we decided to stay on the ground. Pretty much a done deal here in the stratosphere, with Funky Monkey holding all the chips and looking like they're going to go heads up with Gisahan. Is that Gisahan? Gisahan double fisting the Mothership games today. Gisahan also all in here, winning with the Jack fucking high. Jack high like a boss, right? Jack high like a boss for Gisahan, doubling up and staying alive four-handed. They are also heads up in the main. And they are now second in chips in the stratosphere after being the shortest stack in the game. And then counterfeiting the cat. And they are three-handed now after Blood Tide gets there. Still heads up over here. He is on with the big shove. Gets it through. Oops. It is all in over here. Cat needing to find a card, and she finds the card on the river. Oh, yes. Cat has 9 lives. Boom. It is now heads up between Cat and the Blood Tide. Heads up between Giashan and Funky Monkey over on the main event. So it is heads up on both games now, everybody. We are heads up on both games. Wow. Wow. Giashan with the double. Money just going in here. Wow. Hands just fucking getting there like crazy on this table. Funky Monkey came into this with all the chips, and Giashan has all the chips now. That's pretty crazy. Heads up poker, y'all. Heads up poker, y'all. Cat the tank. Cat the tank. Cat folds. Giashan! Boom! Comes back from fumes to take down the Mothership Poker main event for 2180. Well done. Well done. Well done. Let's head ourselves back over to the stratosphere where things are still happening. So well done to one Emerald who took fourth place for 513 in the main event. Belly Eat Man, I believe Lucky Ugly, 897 for third. Funky Monkey, 1410 for second place. And Gizon coming back from fumes. There and heads up, 2180 for first place. Well done to all the main event crushers. Yes, that was pretty gross in the strat. So just this heads up battle here in the stratosphere left to go today. Cat versus Bloodtide. Cat has already proved she has more than one life. Getting there with the 9 on the river against the dominating ace to survive at least this far. So, yeah, well done. Guaranteed 55.99 now, both players. 79.98 up top, though. And remember, we crushed the guarantee today. 275 euros and 50 cents in prizes today. This is chop most of the time, eh? Yeah, chopping. Chopping. All right, giggles. Enjoy the snow shoveling. I'm Canadian. I can say that ironically. I know what I'm talking about. I mean, to be fair, there are actually times when shoveling snow is lovely. They are very few and far between, and the conditions have to be exactly right. But yeah, there are occasionally those times when shoveling snow is quite a wonderful experience. Yeah, there are actually lots of times I'll shovel before I go to bed, Dip Tez. Just because I know if I don't shovel before I go to bed, it's going to be fucking disgusting by the time I wake up in the morning. At least if I shovel before bed, it's going to be only half disgusting by the time I get up in the morning. Um, so yeah, no, there's definitely times when I'll look out at 11 o'clock at night and go, yeah, we're gonna have to spend 20 minutes on the deck pushing some fucking snow out of the way, aren't we? And it is all over. Turns the queen and Bloodtide takes down the Stratty. Cat will have to settle for second place. $56 thereabout. Well done. $80 thereabout for Bloodtide for the win. The rest of the field goes $40 thereabouts for Giasahan. 29.33 for Faulty Hero. TA 27, fifth place for 21.33. Ron Boarf, $16 for 6th place. $13.33 for Kissy Kissy in 7th. Monkey Forest at 10.66 for 8th place. And Poor Scouser, Twin Cash in 8.89 today in the Mothership Poker Stratosphere game. Righto. Well, let me find the right fucking screen at least. I am not. I clicked buttons okay at the beginning of the stream. I'm not clicking buttons so well here at the end of the stream. So, anyways, it was great to have you guys on board for my first flight back after. Yeah, we gotta get off. We gotta get off of this. Our rented lips are already starting to go bad. Yeah, nice to be back for the first stream back after my live poker gig. Again, as I said, going to be doing that in a few weeks back in Edmonton with the Pure Poker Tour. But after that, we'll have a couple of months probably where we're mostly here for the streams. Yeah, I will be back Monday, Wednesday next week, Saturday again, of course, as well. So tune in for that. Look for me Monday at the usual time, 11 a.m. Mountain Time. That will be a different time wherever you live, but it's like 6 p.m. in the UK and 7 p.m. in Europe, I think, is the way it works. But I don't live in either of those two places, so take that with a grain of salt. Otherwise, yeah, I guess we'll bring this in for landing, and thank you all for hanging out with me once again here on the Mothership. It is great to be back, and I'm grateful to always have you guys return when I go away and come back. So thank you for that. Until next time, this is your Captain Elron out. Ooh, carrot and parsnip stir fry. For more vintage poker content from Mothership Poker, click the subscribe button and check out the playlists for all of our old archived content, as well as the ads only cut from some of the early streams.